Good morning, everyone. I wanted to sit out here. The purple martins are doing their thing. It cooled off here a little bit. That's why I have my hat on. Although it's not, I don't think it's windy. I don't think I need the hat. But anyway, in case I got cool while I was out here, I just put it on. I had a hair appointment for next Wednesday, and true to form, I did not cancel it on time because I've got to work next Wednesday, and I didn't realize that when I made the appointment. So her appointments are way out. So it's going to be another month and a half before I get my hair cut. But I'm happy because it's grown out a lot, and I'm just going to let it keep. It doesn't. The woman was like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. She's so far out." I said, "Don't worry about it. I don't care." I knew she was. I didn't care. She's on vacation. They left last week, and they're still gone this week. I have her kids in Bible study. This is our last week of Bible study. Hope today goes well. She has twins. We won't have them. They're a little bit wild. They're the youngest. Well, we have another little girl that's younger, but they're basically in our class. They were the youngest, and they're great kids. We love them, but everything's fine until we go to music, and then they're all over the place, and it's very difficult to control them without me just shoving them into laps and be like, sit in my lap and sit in this lady's lap and don't move, which we don't like to be like that. There's Boo. Boo Boo, what you doing? Making an appearance. Hey Boo, you're so cute. Okay, so anyway, I have a Dollar Tree haul. I am trying to post all the old videos that I never posted. I did a Christmas declutter, so that one is being shown today. It's already up there. It's ready to go for today. So that's it. You're probably gonna be like, why are we looking at a Christmas declutter? I think I did it in January. It might have been February, but probably around January. So anyway, if I say something weird, you'll know it's because it was January. If I say something about how cold it is, it's not that cold. It's probably, I think it's in the 50s right now. Thankfully, not a lot of wind, light winds. Okay, so it's patriotic time it's two things. Well, three. There's graduation, which I never have anything. Nobody's ever graduating with me, so not in a long time. So I don't even look at the graduation stuff. But it's graduation time, so there's an aisle of graduation. It's Mother's Day, so there's lots of really nice Mother's Day items come up, and this stuff you can use. You don't have to give it, you can just use it, which is what I'm doing. And then it's patriotic. So last year I got the wind socks, but they did not look like this. So this is what it's going to look like this year. I love that because it just looks like a flag. The other one was really pretty, and these things did great. I put them on my front porch. We have a lot of wind here. They went crazy, and then at the end of I'm not sure, I probably kept them up through a lot of fall, and then when they started looking really raggedy, I just took them down and threw them out. So it's just this nylon kind of stuff. I'll open one and show you, but I'll go ahead and put these up. I've had these for a week. I just was waiting to show you before I put them up. So I love these. I just put them on my front porch, so easy. And we already have hooks up there. So all I gotta do is I do have to get the ladder out because it's so tall and just hook it up there. There's what you hook it to right here. And if there was wind, I could show it to you. I tell you what ended up happening. You can see it's already kind of like a string right there. I think this is the part that it probably faded, but this also started looking ratty. So I finally just, I think these are now $1.50 because they're decor. So $1.50, threw it in the trash when I was done. Okay, these I looked for last year. Crafty Girl showed them, and I could not ever find them. I think maybe I saw one time. So this year, I saw the red one by itself, and I said, forget it. I'll never find them all. I'll just go ahead and get, so you see the little beads here, and there's the little hanger right here. I'll just go ahead and get them. The only thing that's weird is like this thing is over to the side. I don't really understand that. But notwithstanding that, I wanted these so bad. Okay, so I bought this a week ago. Yesterday I went in and they had all three. So I bought the blue one. And isn't that cute? And it is a piece of wood. I mean, I'll just love it. And then the white one. So I got all three. I'm very excited because I've wanted these for a year. Finally got them. I do kind of wish they painted on both sides because they, you know, they do this. So I noticed I think I had the red and blue one going okay, but no, I think I had the white and blue going okay, and this one kept. So you kind of have to be careful how you hang it up because it just kind of does its own thing. So anyway, that's my decor stuff. There's been some strawberry shortcake coming in. There's some strawberry shortcake coloring books, which is very exciting if you have kids, grandkids, nieces, nephews, adults like me that I like to color out of a child coloring book. I don't like the tiny little spaces. It's too much for me. I just like the big wide open spaces of a kid coloring book. So I did actually at one store, I don't think I've seen them anywhere else, but I did at one store find the strawberry shortcake coloring book, and there might be more than one, but I think I just found one. But I got this. I got one for me and one for my friend. So it's the lip gloss. So I haven't tried it yet. If I can get into it, we can see what it looks like. And I already put something on. I should have not done that so we could try it out to see if there's color or anything. So this is what it looks like. Now, how do you get into it? Oh, okay. For some reason, when I saw this, I thought it was going to have an applicator, but it's just, you just use your finger. Okay, that's going to be cute for my purse. So cute. Okay. Oh, I forgot to sniff it. I'm sure it smells lovely. Let me see. Try this one more time. It's so tiny. Yeah. Smells like strawberries. Okay. Very cute. So they also have they had a strawberry shortcake body wash last year, and it was larger. Now they've got, it's body wash or bubble bath, I think, but it's only about this big. I think it's about 5 ounces. It's really small. So I keep seeing it, but I haven't bothered picking it up because it's so small. But it is only, like, this is $1.25 and that body wash is $1.25. It's a great gift if, you know, but for me, I'm overrun with body washes. So I just, you know, left it there. Okay, I might have shown this in a Dollar Tree haul. I know I've got one Dollar Tree haul I haven't uploaded yet because I'm, again, got behind on everything. My Gmail is telling me I'm not going to be able to send mail again if I don't hurry up and get rid of some stuff. So I'm trying to load everything to the YouTube studio and get everything loaded up so I can get rid of my long gigabyte videos so I can clear that out of my Google Photos. Anyway, this is Passion Fruit Escape. You can see I've pretty much used the whole thing up. It smells really good. It's body lotion. It's 5.5 ounces. It's Spa Luxury brand. Now, these don't last as long as Bath and Body Works does, but it does smell nice. So it's, you know, the scent doesn't last forever, but it smells really nice. Yesterday, because I was going to say, this is very thick. This is a very nice thick lotion. That's why I've used so much of it. It's so nice and thick. And if you've got dry skin, it is actually very helpful. And it says Ultimate Moisture on here. So this one is Spa Luxury Cabana Kiwi. I got this one yesterday because I had, I don't know how well you can see that because of the glare, but I got this one yesterday, again, 5.5 ounces, because it's so thick and nice. I actually like the way this kiwi one smells better than the passion fruit. So here they are together. They have another one that's pineapple something, and there's another one that's coconut something. These two sounded more interesting to me, so I just picked these two up. But I really like this one. I mean, I like them both, but I think I may go before these are gone. These also have a body wash with them. It's very attractive. It's a very attractive set. I just don't need body wash, so I didn't get it. But I'm sure it's lovely, you know. But this is great. It really is moisturizing. It's very thick. I would say it's one of their better lotions. I've been trying lotions from there for probably a couple years. This is probably the best one I found, I think. Probably so. All right, and then I got this Aqua Pop Eco Meets Chic water-based nail polish. I haven't tried it yet, so I have no idea. But it's Ioni brand, and it's called Mint Ice is the color. It says it's non-toxic. Fast drying vitamin E keratin. Get a safe, salon-worthy manicure at home. Our unique water-based nail polish is non-toxic, kid safe, free of harsh chemicals and odors. Cruelty-free, vegan-friendly. I am really, this is one reason I don't, it's kind of hard to see. It's a mint color. I don't know why I'm doing it in front of it. It's just, maybe that's maybe better right there. It's just a mint color. Let me take it out. This is one reason I don't paint my nails hardly ever. People have made comments, and I'm like, I mean, not people on here, but just in general. It's toxic, that's why. I do a lot of toxic things, but you know, there's things I don't do. I don't spray my house for bugs. I don't use a lot of nail polish. There, that's close. I'll use it, put it back here in the sun, so you can see. So we'll see if this actually works and stays on. I do have another one from them that's this type of blue. It's a blue, but it's the same type of color, but it's not this non-toxic one. So anyway, I have been using it on my toenails, but normally you'll see me, I don't, you know, it's like the same thing. I don't dye my hair. I've never dyed my hair. My mom used to perm my hair. I'm against that too. No perms, no. I think I've gotten one perm since we got married. I wanted the spirals, and my hair was so long and heavy, it just like weighed the whole thing down. So it was a lot of money spent that didn't last, because my hair just weighed the little spirals down. But that's the only perm I've ever paid for. So I don't like a lot of stuff close to my brain. So that's the thing with like the hair dye. And I wear makeup. I mean, it's not like I don't do anything. Yes, I wear makeup. It's toxic as well. But like no tattoos. That's why I don't do tattoos. I think people don't realize that, you know, you're injecting yourself with ink. That's not trying to offend you if you have a tattoo, but it's really not safe. But you don't hear that much about it, but it's just really not safe. So anyway, just keep it in mind. I'm not saying don't do it. I'm not saying don't be individualistic and get your tattoos. I'm not saying that. It's just for me, I'm not doing it. So anyway, that's the whole thing behind getting the non-toxic, because I was like, oh, this is great. I wonder if it really is non-toxic, because, you know, you don't ever know. This is not in the box anymore because I've been using it. I think I did. I mean, I know I showed it on the video. Now, whether I ever uploaded it or not, I do not know. But anyway, this was in a box, but it's very nice. It's 2 fluid ounces, which is more than you usually get. Firm and Lift Collagen and Peptides Face Cream. I've been using this a lot. And these are made in America. I found a bunch of creams and serums that were made in America. It's hard to find there. It's really hard to find. So this is nice and creamy. I like it really well. And it's in a glass jar, which, good and bad, I have dropped the glass jars before. And then this is Kayo Anti-Wrinkle Eye Cream. This one's also made in America. It's really pretty. And then there was one more that I bought, and I didn't see it. It's in the cabinet somewhere. None of these smell like anything. The one thing I'll say about the eye cream is I tend to get it too close to my eyes, and it does burn. So I'm kind of like, why? If you're going to make an eye cream, can't you make sure it doesn't burn? You know, I know most of these places don't do animal testing. How about testing it on a human? I'm testing it for you. It burns my eyes. So I think if it's going to be an eye cream, you should be able to get it, you know. Don't you want an eye cream right here? Well, every time I get it right there, my eyes start burning. So, but where else would you put it? I mean, if you put it way down here, I don't know. I don't know. I'm just asking the question. Okay, so I think that's all for the Dollar Tree stuff. I feel like I have more stuff around that I haven't shown. This was all I could find. I use my stuff and I put it away, and it's just, I did leave the wind socks out. Well, everything else and the lip gloss, I've been using everything else. So personally, what's been going on, I ran into a couple yesterday at the gym. I've talked to them before. So they're the most loving couple. You know, when you've been married a long time, I'll just, from my own experience, you've been married a long time, you're not as touchy-feely as you were when you were in your 20s. You're not as huggy-kissy and all those things. And maybe you are, but I just, from my own perspective, and also watching people, I've just noticed that people that have been together a long time, that's kind of not as usual, I would say. This couple, it is obvious they are crazy about each other. I was pretty sure they'd been married a long time, and maybe she had told me that in the past, but I ran into them yesterday, and he was on a different machine, but she was over close to me, and I was like, how long have y'all been married? And she said, we just celebrated 43 years. And I said, y'all just act like, I said, y'all act like couples, you know, because you see couples and you know that they're remarried or whatever. And I said, you act like couples that have been remarried for 10 minutes, you know, because and she just laughed, because they're all over each other, and they're not all over each other, but you know what I mean? Like, they hold hands, and they're just really cute. They go on the machines together, and sometimes they're at different machines, but sometimes they're together and helping each other and all that kind of stuff, which is just so sweet to see. And it's nice to see a couple that's been together for a long time. It's obvious they are crazy about each other. And she was just talking about marriage and all that. And I don't remember what she asked me, but I got into talking about Dad. And man, she went through a really tragic situation with her brother. They all live on the same property, but her brother just did nothing to help her. And now, I guess he was very materialistic, and we hear these stories about how people start fighting over money. And this couple, it's clear from what they were saying to me that they're not materialistic, and so they were not interested in fighting over the money. And I think they were supposed to be dividing the dad's house, the parents' house. They had both passed on at that point. I think they were supposed to be dividing the house between the two of them, the brother and the sister. And somehow I think he got all of it. They just were like, okay, fine, whatever, you know, like whatever. Didn't want to argue about it. Well, some things happened, and he lied about some things, lied about her. And somehow they were at a lawyer. They ended up at a lawyer's office, and I don't think this couple was interested in going to a lawyer. They're like me. They don't want to pay for it. They just want to, you know, let's just settle our differences without a lawyer. What do we need that for? What do we need to be paying these people? Well, he had said something about that he would pay for it. They were stuck with the whole lawyer bill. Wouldn't that be the best? Stuck with the entire bill. Then it's just come up, the property tax was due. He has the house. He didn't pay the property tax. They had to pay the property tax. I mean, it's just... So I thought, you know what? You have a lot to be grateful for. Your situation is not like this. And I am taking care of him all by myself. And I don't understand why. But I know I can do it. I have to do it. So, you know, there's no other option. I have to do it. So he's barely accepting of having this sitter 4 hours, y'all. 4 hours a week, barely accepting of her. Won't let her do the type of things that I want her doing for him, because he's so strange. He's OCD about cleanliness, except that he won't allow anyone to wash their hands in the kitchen sink, which I have literally never heard of. I knew he was like that, but then he was like, I told her to go to the bathroom to wash her hands. And I'm like, in the bathroom, like in the kitchen, there's paper towels. So you could wipe your hands on a paper towel, which to me is, I'm OCD about the hand washing. And to me, that's just cleaner. I don't understand. So anyway, I don't want her preparing my food. I don't know that she's clean. Well, if you'd let her wash her hands in the kitchen sink like a normal person, you know, I told Spencer, I said, he does realize, you know, when you're, I don't do cooking in his kitchen. I cook at my own home and then take it to him. But you do realize when you're touching raw meat that you need to wash your hands several times. I wash my hands all the time when I'm dealing with raw meat. And Spencer said, yeah, you're not going to run to the bathroom every time you touch meat and need to wash your hands. I said, exactly. And just getting stuff out of the fridge and something leaking on you, or touching something, or making him a sandwich and something gets on me. You know, I wash my hands 15 times while I'm in there working with his food. And he never washes his hands in there because he doesn't believe you should wash your hands in the kitchen sink. So when he gets in there, he's not washing his hands. He's washed his hands in the bathroom. Hours, I might add, hours before, because he'll come in there he'll be in the dining room. We have a separate dining room where he's working. He's got all his tax stuff. He's still working on his taxes. He's got all that spread out. And he will go in there and then come. Sometimes I think he'll use the bathroom first and wash his hands, obviously, while he's in there. But sometimes he's coming straight in there. How many hours has it been since he's washed his hands? But he's worried about her. You see what I'm saying? You're worried about her. And you've been over here dealing with pieces of paper and tax papers, and you're touching pencils and pens and calculator, and he's got a magnifying glass. It's like you've touched 50 things in there. And I don't know if you washed your hands or not, but now you're in the kitchen preparing food. It just doesn't make sense to me. This is the kind of stuff I feel like I'm dealing with, just the stuff that doesn't make sense. Well, I don't want her preparing my food or taking it to the table, which is what he needs. He needs someone to, it will go so fast. When I prepare his food, everything's done so quickly. He is so slow because he's on a walker. He's bent over. He's 94, and he's very, very, very slow. He's slow as Christmas. And everything takes forever. So he spends the entire day preparing meals, and we're not talking about cooking. We're talking about putting a sandwich together. That's what we're talking about. Or reheating something. We're not talking about actual cooking, okay? It would be one thing if he was in there cooking, but that's not what he's doing. And so I said, well, you know, it'd be really nice if you'd let her do the things that you need help with. So, you know, I can't even talk him into that. So I don't know. It's very frustrating, and I'm not, with my back pain and putting the amount of miles I'm putting on my car, I am not interested in going over there more than twice a week. It's already, twice a week is already enough. It's enough. And I know some people drive, I'm sure, much farther than me and go more than twice a week. I can't, you know, talk about anybody else's experience except for my back pain, which is chronic, and sitting in the car is not helping, and driving all the way there, and then picking him up and taking him to a doctor's office that's 20 minutes away, and then we sit there, which is uncomfortable usually, and then getting back in the car, driving another 20 minutes. All this is not helping my back. And it's not all about me. That's not what I mean. But it's just a lot. It's exhausting. The driving back and forth is exhausting. I've now given up working with the kids. Something had to be given up somewhere. I couldn't keep doing what I was doing. So, you know, and I only have 3 clients left, plus him. So I have a client every other week on Tuesday, and then I have one that's only once a month. So I only have about one once a month person and one every other week. So I don't have a lot of clients left. I have my dad, and I have 3 other people. And, you know, that's all I have in my business now, which is fine. But I'm just saying, I've given up clients, you know, and I just feel like, some days I feel like, why am I the only one giving up anything? I don't know if y'all have ever felt that way, but that's how I feel. Why am I the only one giving up anything? Why am I the one having to cut down all my work hours? Why am I having to give up my volunteer work that I enjoy? There's things about that get on my nerves, but I enjoy working with, you know, some of the people annoy me, but as far as working with the kids, I enjoy that. Why am I having to give that up? So anyway, the lady, she spent a lot of time on what I would call free counseling yesterday. She probably talked to me for 35 minutes. It was a really long conversation. I ended up not getting hardly any. I think I worked out on maybe 5 machines, and I ended up just leaving after I talked to her. After I'd stood there a long time, my back was hurting worse. And I was just like, whatever. She's very sweet. I didn't really want to talk that long. Didn't want to be rude, but I did want to get back to my workout. But she was so sweet to talk to me and tell me her experience and all the horrible things that went on with her brother. I just felt terrible for her. And they live on the same property. Can you imagine? She can't even get away from him. But he won't even speak. After the big thing with the lawyer, he won't even acknowledge her. If they pass each other in the driveway, she said they can't see the house from their house, but if they pass each other in the driveway, he'll just like, you know, what kind of jerk? Give me a break. She took care of both of their parents. And the mother had ALS. That's bad. I mean, the thing with mom was bad. ALS is horrifying. It's just horrifying. So, you know, when you think about the situation you're in, you know, I feel like we can always find somebody who has it worse. And she had years of worse. And so I do want to think about that and concentrate on that, and not constantly concentrate on my issues and my problems and what I'm bitter about. So, here comes the sirens. It's very loud here between the trains, the bells, and the sirens. Anyway, I've got to get ready for Bible study. I'm just wearing my hair like this today. I'm not fooling with it. It looks fine. I woke up and it was so wavy, so I'm going with it. I love you guys. I'll talk to you next time. Bye.